very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, and welcome back to The Run Through, your favorite figure skating podcast that makes us kiss, makes us cry, and makes us go, what the fuck happened to Ashley's voice at U.S. Championships? It's me, a teenage boy, taking the place of Olympic bronze medalist in the team event, specifically Ashley, here, as always, with my two voice-abled,
yeah.
able voice.
And now
Able
we'd like to
voiced.
announce our special partnership with Marlboro Reds. Ashley, take it away. Welcome
Oh my
back.
God. I feel like I sound like, who was that? Like really cunty red carpet reporter for a while.
Joan Rivers?
Yes.
I feel like I sound like Joan Rivers.
You mean cunty in a nice way, right? Because I love Joan
Yes.
Rivers.
No, when I call someone cunty, it's like an honorable word.
I just feel like it can go either way.
No, I'm taking back the power. If I don't like them, I just call them a bitch.
Yeah, okay.
All right, welcome back.
Welcome back to both of you, actually, because you actually left your
Thanks.
homes, which I didn't, all week. And
Well,
I
you
did
did.
actually,
You
in
did
solidarity
leave.
with Ashley losing her voice, get sick over the weekend. So,
Yeah, you sheltered in place.
yeah.
Wait, speaking of illness, did you know that Kansas is currently having an insane tuberculosis outbreak?
No.
That's a
Sorry,
fact.
I shouldn't laugh. No, I didn't know that.
There's nothing funny about that,
No.
but also it's very funny.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Let's give a warm Wichita welcome to,
To
tuberculosis.
well, okay, can I say one thing about Wichita?
Sure, it was Wichita-some.
That
Did you say Wichita-some?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it said in our green room.
Yeah.
And when I say green room, I say it incredibly as a loose term. I mean it as a space where they where
a couch.
where we could sit. Okay, now there is a Midwestern mentality that like I can't subscribe to, but I had to subscribe to while I was in the Midwest.
Religion.
It had nothing to do
Christianity.
with supernatural occurrences because these were fully natural occurrences.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to tell you one story and then I'm going to leave it at that. And the story was, this is how I could explain everybody I ran into who was Native American. No, who was
yeah.
native to Wichita.
There we are. Okay.
Uh-huh. So I would go through security. And you know, when you go through security, you go through like a medical detector. You go through a medical detector where they say you have
Yes.
tuberculosis.
You should.
You have
Yeah.
an outbreak.
You should.
Okay, you go through a metal detector. Keep all this in, by the way. I want everyone to know what's going on in my mind. So you go through a metal detector. And you have to put your bag through, and they go through your bag and whatever, right? Every time I went through the medical detector.
Are
the
you
metal
okay?
detector. No, I'm not.
Wait, I kept on saying grade of education, so we're on the same page. Continue.
Okay, so every time they'd go through my bag, this guy would like rummage through it like I was asking him if he wanted something from it. So he'd go through it and he'd kind of shimmy through it, and then he'd take out a pouch I had in there and he'd unzip it, and then he'd look at me and he'd go, "Makeup?" Yeah.
Well, he was looking for a gun in a very serious way because I think guns are very present in that part of Kansas.
And the only thing more dangerous to a conservative in a men's bag than a gun is makeup.
is men's makeup.
Is matte foundation.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
And so I had to go through that. And I want you to know that the person who did this was the same person who did it every day for 5 days. Like, they forgot about me. And then they'd go through it, and I would have a pair of dress shoes in there. And they go, well, those are different. And they would say it in a way that wasn't mean. That it was like they were uncovering artifacts which they had never seen in their life.
I don't know. You definitely left, and he'd for sure be like, well, there goes that pansy again.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
really-
I bet he
we
did
let them
remember
in.
you.
And this is where I start crying on the podcast. But no, that was it was the Midwestern sensibility. Also, I ordered this is now off topic. I ordered a martini, vodka martini with a twist. It comes with a bit of vermouth.
In Kansas?
In Kansas, all I got was a
vermouth?
martini glass. No, just
No.
vodka. Like I was trying to sterilize things. Like it was for like a doctor's appointment. That's how
That's
much
better
vodka.
than getting a martini that's like mostly vermouth. I'll say that because that is a
Yeah,
really bad
I agree.
experience.
I agree.
Yeah.
It could have been worse, but it wasn't
I just
great.
think a little vermouth would have helped the makeup
I mean,
go
you
down.
and I ordered martinis at the same time, and I had the gin sister to your vodka martini.
brother. Yeah.
And I will also agree that it
Actually,
could
your
have
voice
used,
is so crazy.
I know, but like the fact that this is the best.
It's not as bad as it was a few days ago.
Mm-mm.
Wait, so I called up my husband on the way home because to get home I have to take a boat, right? That's fun. But I had to change
the old
boat.
country.
I had to change the boat that I was on, and I had to text my husband and be like, "You need to call the
captain.
Highline because I can't talk to them on the phone because no one will understand me." And also,
You need a
I like really.
translator.
I need a translator. And then, you know what? This is my Midwestern experience. I show up to the gate because I had to be assigned a seat. And the man, he calls up my name and he's like, "Oh, you're Ashley." And I was like, "Yes, I am." And then he just brings his fist out to me. And I look at it because I've never, ever had any other person or stranger that I did not know do this to me. And I look at it and he goes, "Come on, pound it." And I'm like, "Oh. Okay."
This was like a gate agent.
Yes. And so I pounded it with this stranger, and then he looks at me and he's like,
That has definitely happened to me before. Maybe not specifically with a gate agent, but I do feel like strangers will reach out for a pounding.
but that was
Do they, Sarah? They reach
Sometimes
out for
strangers
a pounding.
reach out for a
but
pounding.
it was 5 a.m.
Well, if you're looking for a good pounding, you know a girl on this podcast you can reach out to because it's not abnormal to her.
I'm used to it. But then after that, I had to say something else to him, and he goes, "Oh, you don't sound good. Do you need a lozenge?" And I'm like, "What if this was my voice?" And every time I spoke, someone was like, "Do you need a tea?"
It feels.
I know people who do sound sick all the time, and they're not.
I pound it at 5 a.m. There's a time and a place, and that was so socially inappropriate. That's Wichita. Should we talk about what happened?
And that's Wichita. Yeah, I think that we should start with the women in Wichita.
Okay.
Sure.
And I want to start by reading off a list of things that I received on the internet this week of possible Alyssa Liu stan names. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
they're good.
Lunatics,
Right?
Mhm.
Great.
losers. That was Ashley's.
That was my submission, but can I just say it on air because it's very important that people don't think I'm calling her lame. I think she's very alt girl, and I think that she would own something like that because it's cool to be a loser.
I totally actually
I
I just
wasn't
went
taking it as a
me either.
bad thing.
Okay, well
Until you explained it.
then now it actually is a bad thing, and I'm calling her a loser.
No, but I it's just she would kind of own it.
Yes,
we're the
she would own it.
losers, rock
Yeah.
and roll, baby.
Yeah.
And all of this is spelled Liu.
And every loser would then get a lip piercing. Okay,
and an Amelia Earhart jacket.
I'm going to keep reading these.
Yes.
Okay, go.
Illuminati.
I like that
That's
one too.
good.
I like that
Are
one.
you part of the Illuminati? That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
good. It's really good. I got Lulus and Delulus,
Which I also love.
which I think is very funny.
It's
Mhm.
very funny.
Fruit Loops,
Which covers the queer community.
you know, for the men with makeup in their bags.
We're still kind of recovering from that, but yeah. Feeling more like a Liuser, but go on.
Yeah. Looney Tunes. And then also got some related to her first name, which included, I think it's just meant to be allies, Alyssonators, Alyssa Nation, and one of my personal favorites, Alyssianados.
Alyssian,
aficionados.
Alyssiu.
Yeah.
No, like
Alyssiunado.
Yeah,
You could do that.
you could.
And I said,
Yeah.
I made a suggestion for title of ep. You win some, you lose some.
You lose.
Oh
some.
my God. That's great. I think I really like Illuminati. That being said, do we feel like that's on brand for Alyssa?
I mean, I don't know that did we think about whether Glenn Heads was on brand for Amber? I think
But somehow
it
it
still
is.
feels
it's about
right.
what felt on brand for us in the moment, which
Yeah.
so I think we can make it about that. Like
But you
what
know what?
feels like the right fan identity.
I
Yeah.
feel that we are like the something, and then we're part of the Illuminati. Like that's what I feel like. Like when we all get together, whatever the club, whatever the fans are called, when we're all together, that's the Illuminati. Do you know what I'm thinking?
It's like, what is it? Rihanna's army? What are, someone has an army, right?
It's Rihanna's Navy, right?
Oh, maybe it's the Navy because she was in a film where there was the Navy. She was, I don't
Is
know.
she the Navy? Yeah, I think she. Well,
I think she is. So, but like, what are Rihanna fans like? Singular.
I don't know.
2 is Illuminati. 1 is
Illuminati.
illuminated.
Yeah, I love Illuminati. I love Alyssianados.
Alyssianados.
I love
Oh,
lunatics. I love
I do love.
I love
lunatic.
losers. I love
I know.
Looney Tunes.
I think we need to vote on it. I think we need to put this out to the people.
I mean, it's been out to the people. These are from the people.
Should we make an Instagram post with the poll?
Actually, I don't know why we're asking the people. We should probably just ask Alyssa.
No.
She's gonna be like, "Who is this? Lose my number.
No,
How'd
she
you get this number?"
doesn't use a phone.
Yeah. So let's talk about what Alyssa did in Wichita, and maybe the right answer will come to us. Which I can summarize what happened in the women's event if that works, which is
Yeah.
It does work.
Alyssa Liu hasn't competed at national. Well, she was at nationals in 2022, 3 years ago, but withdrew because of COVID. So really hasn't done a full national since 2021. She won the short program in gave an amazing performance in the short program. And Amber Glenn made mistakes in both of her programs. She was third in the short, but she was able to win with her mostly clean free skate. And Alyssa got second. Sarah Everhart got third. She was right behind Brady Tennell in the short program in the battle of Irish step dances. But Brady Tennell had a less clean free skate, so Sarah Everhart pretty easily got third place. And then I should roll the tape on what I said about Sherry Jang on this podcast 2 weeks ago, because she got fifth place and was, I think, like a crowd favorite and a fan favorite. And then Star Andrews got sixth, and we'll talk about others as they come up. But your world team in Boston is Amber Glenn, Alyssa Liu, and via petition, Isabeau Levito.
Big day for the Isabarbs.
Which feels right.
Well, right. This is why we need a fan name for Alyssa, because we have fan names for the other two girls going to Worlds. I think that Alyssa's short program was across the board one of the moments of nationals.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think it's going to go down as one of my all-time favorite nationals performances. It was so beautiful. And I mean, just her reaction at the end also got me.
Me too.
That's what got me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was telling one of you this, I think, on the phone this week, but I just felt like the last time that Alyssa was competing like this, she was so young that I don't know that she ever showed that kind of depth of emotion.
Yeah.
Like, she just was a younger
Yeah.
person. And so I feel like that is what really sent me over the edge, Ashley, also.
Yeah, I totally agree. When we were on air, I'm watching it and she finishes and I'm working with Ben Augusto, and so she wraps up and I'm like, Ben, oh my God, she's gonna I think I could cry. And I look to my right, Ben sobbing. I'm like, I could cry. Ben, who actually has a heart, is crying. No, but I agree. Like, she was just so young that you also just kind of absorb those skates differently from athletes at different ages and at different points in her career. And just knowing what she went through to get to that point, and she's skating authentically for herself, and you feel that. And then to watch her really like absorb that skate herself, I don't know. It was just a cool moment. I will never forget that moment.
Yeah, it was just, she just got caught up in her own emotions. And it wasn't the classic, like, oh, I'm crying at the end. It was like she couldn't believe she was crying.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that she couldn't
Yeah.
believe that she skated well. She couldn't believe she was crying, and she had to compose herself, and then she couldn't. And it
Yeah.
was like the first time I ever saw Alyssa be overcome with a joyous emotion at the end of a skate. Like,
Yeah,
it
happy
really was so
tears.
evident how much it meant to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you both can speak to this because you both skated for like well into your 20s, like where you're at the point in your life where you're actively making the decision to do this with your time and put the effort in, and it's not just like some track that you started off on when you were young and you're just doing it just to do it. Like, once you've like been to the Olympics, or Adam, in your case, like maybe not been to the Olympics, and you get to a certain age and you're like, okay, I'm making a decision that I consciously want to keep going. I just think that that is what came through in how much additional emotional weight it adds for an athlete to be actively making that choice every day to be at training, and how it affects you.
Yeah.
And it's obvious to us she stopped because she was ready to end her career. And she really began on her complete own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's that clear, second chapter of the career, is that there was this clear stop and there's this new beginning, and the beginning was totally on her own terms, which is why I feel like it does feel so different to her. And when she does skate, it feels different to me watching it as an audience member.
And her actual skating feels different. I mean,
It does.
We've talked about, you guys, not we, I wasn't here in the fall, but you guys talked about that when she was on the Grand Prix, and especially for the short program where she chose the music and has like vocally said how connected she feels to it. It just, her skating feels completely different too, not just the like off ice choice to be training and all of that.
All right. Let's talk Amber.
Yeah.
2-time reigning national champion.
Now, let me clear my voice. And I think I'll go first since I have maybe not the clearest voice, but I have all of it.
You do have the clearest voice. I have had, I feel like, not well, and Ashley's clearly unwell.
I have tuberculosis.
Ashley has tuberculosis.
Have you guys heard there's a viral, there's tuberculosis going around? And then she says, it's not funny. Well, because she has it.
Ugh.
All right.
Okay, say it.
Now,
Speak your truth.
here's the thing. Amber has, regardless of the amount of clean skates she's done this season, she has won, and she has been dominant. And she has put her fair share of good skates out this year, which has been enough to win all of her events. That being said, heading into nationals, there's a lot of pressure to defend your title. There's a lot of pressure because you are undefeated this entire season. And there's a lot of pressure because this should be an easy competition for you to win. Arguably, your toughest competitor or at least the one who has the most international success, is not there, and you are head and shoulders above everybody else. And so there's a second set of pressure that this should be easy. And so, and you want to perform well, blah, blah, blah. Now, the short program wasn't a disaster. It wasn't a disaster, but it wasn't great, and it wasn't clean. But if I were a nobody watching TV, I would go, oh, I get it. She performed well. She didn't fall down, whatever. And then if she were just smiling and saying thank you and blah, 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 and then got in the kiss and cry, got her marks, and then I would just have Johnny and Tara explain why I wasn't in first. But I wouldn't act like, oh, God, this must have been so devastating and this is so disappointing. And and it always throws me off.
Right. She tells you that it was bad before you know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it actually, to your point, Adam, was not disastrous. Like, it wasn't her best, but
no,
she didn't do any invalid elements. She didn't fall. It was not a total disaster.
It was better than what we've seen in her do in the past. She was going into that loop, and I was like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. And that was totally fine.
Right.
And Amber in the past would have either fallen or popped that jump.
And you know what? If we're going to be, totally real, she has a 5-point advantage doing the triple axel, even more, 5+ points. And if she left out the toe, she's leaving 3 points on the table. So she still has a 2-point advantage. She's getting some GOE hit on the triple axel for being 2 foot.
Mm-hmm.
She still should kind of rank right in there because nobody else is doing the triple axel. So in theory, you shouldn't act defeated or disappointed. It's a competition. It's a strategy. You should still be right in the mix. And I fully believe that she was so far behind Alyssa in the short program because of the way that she reacted to her own performance. Yeah. I think that if she were to react and be like, hey, that was solid, that was great, you do what you want with it, but I still went out there and I did my stuff, maybe she wouldn't have won. But there's an argument to make that she at least could have been in the 74-75 range.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She gives it away when she acts like she's given it away.
Yes.
And skating is smoke and mirrors, and you tell the audience how to feel when you respond like that.
You do.
To go back to Alyssa's skate was very beautiful and very nice. But at a normal competition, she would have gotten a 71, 73.
Yeah.
But because it was nationals, because it's the moment, and she basically told everybody when she couldn't control her emotions and she was honest, she kind of dared the judges to be like, I dare you to not judge this as if it were the best national short program tonight.
Yes, totally. It just makes a huge difference how you act at the end. It really does. Whether you think it affects the judges or not, it certainly affects the audience. And I think
and how the audience is affected affects the judges, and that's just not smart skating. You have to understand the optics.
Right.
And this isn't a Melissa Wagner, don't cry until the car ride home. That's not what we're saying. That's what I'm saying.
But you know what? You're in control of the energy of the building.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think look, I have vocally said I'm not a big fan of themed bows, in character bows that dancers tend to do.
Bow. It's a kind of themed bow.
But the bows to the kiss and cry are part of the performance.
Yes.
They are part of it. The whole time that you are on the camera, that you are within view of the audience, it's a performance. It's the same as we say, practice is a performance for the judges, and the 6-minute warm-up is a performance for the audience and the judges. It's all one thing. So the music stopping can't be the time when you let the facade go.
It's not over.
And especially when you did not do a bad program. You know what I mean? And it's just not perfect.
That's the crazy part. And even when we talk about the free skate, Amber's free skate was good. Like it was,
It was
very
good.
good.
It was very
she
good.
fell on the last loop. And for me, after she did that program, I'm like, there's kind of no way anybody will beat her at this point.
Right.
Because what she did was so strong. That triple axel in the beginning was like insane.
That was the best triple axel I've ever seen her do.
Yeah, it was insane. It looked so simple and easy, and then so many strong elements. I was willing to forgive, like she's begging for my forgiveness. Willing to forgive the single axle and the loop axle combination. And you know what? The loop happens. I'm annoyed at the loop at the end, but it happens. But Amber needs to be smart enough to know that that was enough. That
Yes.
would easily win the competition. And so you need to, at that point, act as if you're the champion. You're the champion. Act like a champion. But it was like, oh, I can't believe it. Oh, my back hurts. And it soured my experience.
Yeah, I don't feel like any of us want to come off like Ashley is saying about her mom.
like my mother.
But I do think like when you really consider the reality of what figure skating is, it's a competition to win. And it's sort of like when we talk about ice dance, excuse me for bringing this in, but when you talk about like a team like Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson, who do not have the best skating skills in the ice dance event and have steadily moved up and up and up and up because they know exactly how to win and how to play the other parts of the game. They're not doing anything wrong. That is the way it works. It's a competition to win. And part of what you have to do to win is create, like Adam, what you're talking about, the energy in the building.
You're responsible for the atmosphere.
Imagine this. You are at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, and you're listening to Celine Dion, and she doesn't do one of the riffs in her songs that you're like, oh, I know it's there, but you don't really care. The rest of the performance is great. And then the music ends, and instead of Celine Dion bowing like I'm Celine motherfucking Dion, she goes, oh, my throat.
That's actually such a good example. Like, there's no other world where we have professional artists who wear their heart on their sleeve in the same way. And if there's like if Ariana Grande doesn't hit the high note, she doesn't end and go, I'm sorry to the audience.
But if she if she misses the high note and at the end she's overcome with emotion and her voice cracks and
you're like, wow, what a moment for Ariana Grande.
Yes.
That's so true.
I'm so happy I was here to experience this
right.
with her.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's part of the amazing part of this sport is that each person has 4 minutes of music and about 3 extra minutes of before they start and after they start. So you have about 7 minutes of performance.
Yes.
And you're dictating the emotions of everyone because when you celebrate, you're allowing everyone to celebrate with you. When you're criticizing your own performance, you're allowing everyone to criticize your performance. And it leaves a question in their mind of, oh, maybe that wasn't as good as I thought. Now, I need to think, you're right, there were a bunch of little things in there. And when somebody's like, oh my God, I'm overcome with emotion, so am I.
Totally.
I'm going to feel how you feel. If you tell me to feel a certain way, I'm right there with you. I don't know if you felt this, Adam, when you were competing, but for me, the second I knew that I was on camera, and this was kind of a coping mechanism too, but I put on Ashley Wagner, the figure skater, and I became this character and this larger than life version of myself that I would channel to make me feel confident under pressure. But I was that person all the way up until I got out of the kiss and cry and went to go talk to our like media girl about what I'm going to say about how many 2-footed jumps I just did. For me, at least, I kept that armor on. And I just think that with Amber, she wears her heart on her sleeve, and that's such an incredible thing to have access to as an athlete, but she needs to pick and choose when she uses it. And I feel like we are always seeing Amber and not Amber Glenn, the 2-time back-to-back
Right.
undefeated
Yes.
national
The
champion.
But it's
Grand
just
Prix
like-
final champion.
Champion.
Grand Prix final
The
champion.
performance isn't over.
The favorite for the world title in March.
Right.
Like,
It's
I think, by the way, I think there's like, it's amazing that Amber is so true to herself and so authentic that she has trouble turning this off. That is amazing.
Yeah.
It really
is amazing. Yes.
But I think we're all saying this from a point of like, we don't want it to affect your scores. Like, we
Yeah.
want you to like put yourself in the best possible position at all times to get the highest possible scores you can get.
Well, yes, we're just saying it from a point of like, this could make or break the end of a major event where it's like everybody's not great. You don't really know how everybody was, and you're a bit frustrated with how you did, but you don't know that it's better than everybody else. And so you're showing that you're frustrated, and it's making everybody second guess if it was actually good or not. At the end of the day, if you can really continue the performance, I think it sometimes can push everybody into it. Yeah, that was the performance of the night. I don't even care that she 2-footed this or that there was a single axle in there. She continued to hold me captivated by her performance.
It's no different than when we talk about someone who misses the first jump of their program and then they don't stay committed to their choreography or their step sequence. Like, it's not different to me. Think of it as an extension of your program to carry yourself in such a way that nobody questions what you just did.
Agreed.
Yeah. I know that this is not the same, but I remember when I won my national title, I went in and I did my quad lutz and I fell. And then I got up and I did everything else. And I remember as I'm in my last spin, I remember saying to myself, you have to act like you just did the cleanest program of your life.
Yeah.
And I did. And I'm not saying that that's why I won, but I am saying it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt. I didn't act like I blew it. I acted like I did it. And people stood up and everybody was excited. They felt like that I did it too.
Uh-huh. Totally. And I think it's great also that she holds herself to a really high standard, that those mistakes in the free skate or the short program like felt inexcusable to her. I think that's good for her. Like, she wants to skate the way she knows she can.
It's a double-edged sword.
But yeah, totally is. But still undefeated, Amber Glenn, 2-time national champion.
Now, do you know who is competing with a double-edged sword?
Sarah Everhart.
Everhart.
That she was wielding.
Wait, Sarah, can we tell you? So we got to like interact with Sarah
For the
a
first
decent
time.
amount this week. She has so much personality.
Yes.
She is so fun. She is very quirky, very engaging and charming. And Adam
you
and I
never guess it by the way she skates with a stone face.
And you know what? I was telling Adam this. I just don't quite get how Sarah can have that much personality and be so fun and have it not really come through when she's performing. She's so dynamic as an athlete, and I think that's why all of us are really excited about her. Like, she's a really, I don't know, you look at her and you're like, I see where your career is going to go, but she just needs to figure out how to sell it and perform and be present.
I think having a dynamic personality off the ice and having the confidence to perform to the rafters are two different things. And she just has to like reach in and access that. And by the way, I mean, she's getting there. I mean, it's partially a credit to a brilliant program choreographed by Shaylin Bourne in the short program, but she had the audience. I mean, that was the most engaged I heard the audience all night. And I don't know if you guys would disagree with that. You were there, but
It was.
I feel like that was the outside of Alyssa being kind of the emotional moment of the night, Sarah was sort of the fun moment of the night.
She was the exciting part of it.
Yes. And so like the potential is definitely there. And I think she just like, I I hope that she just keeps working with people like Shaylin or like a Lori or a David Wilson or like really like brilliant choreographers who can continue to coax that out of her, because I mean, you guys are saying it's there in her personality, and maybe it's just a matter of, you know, continuing to mature and find the right material.
Yeah.
Because it's not even skating skills. It's not that she's not a good skater on the ice. She's a great skater. It's just that personality. What makes her special and stand out? And she has all the right pieces, and then she just needs to bring everything to life a bit more so it can shine. And then I really think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with on the international stage, not just here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean,
completely
totally.
agree.
Yes. Agreed. Because, you know, Sarah, you're totally right that having that personality off the ice and being able to command a stage are two different things. But having a personality off the ice is a huge first step. It means that, hey, I can do this. Because I told Sarah this. I don't know if I told you this, Ashley, that when Sarah finished her short program, I was working backstage and I gave her a high five and said something like, great job, something like that. And just seeing the way she skates, I thought that she'd give me sort of an answer that sounded like, thank you.
Yeah.
But she said, and kept walking, and she stopped. She's in her skates and in her costume. She stopped. She turned around, looked at me in the eyes. My knees are buckling at this point. And she goes, I'm sorry. I was looking at your bracelet. And obviously, I'm dressed when I'm backstage at Nationals like the Romanovs trying to flee St. Petersburg in all of my nicest jewels.
All your gems are on you.
Every
Exactly.
single piece of jewelry you own.
And so she looks and says, sorry, I was looking at your bracelet. And she looks at my bracelet again, and then she looks me in the eyes again, and she goes, thank you, and turns around, and I went, oh, my God. That woman can command control.
I think this. I get a text from Jackie Wong, and he says, Josephine Lee, Sarah Everhart, and Lucius. Oh God, cousin. I forget his last name, but the three of them were looking for me, and I'm like, oh my God, why? And then they find me up in the booth. And I like say hi to all of them. And Sarah looks me dead in the eye and she's like, is Rosie here? And I was like, Rosie, like my daughter? Also, hi. She goes, yeah. How am I supposed to be able to jump over her if she's not here? I'm like, great point, Sarah. And then she points back to Lucius and she goes, you know who this guy is? And I'm like, why are you trying to roast your friend? Yes, I do.
I know. Well,
did she have anything to say about him, or just...
No, that was literally it. She was just like, do you know who this is? That was it.
Because she cornered me backstage, and she said, I listened to the podcast. Well, not all of it. And I said, okay. Love that. And then she pointed to Lucius, and she said, do you know who that is? And I said, no. But now I do. Now I do.
Wow.
So we love Sarah and we love Lucius.
Yeah, specifically love Lucius. Speaking of Lucius, should we talk about the men?
Wait. I have two injustices that I want to say about the women's event.
Yes.
Is it Sherry not being named to the junior world
That's
team?
one of them.
That's one for me. That's one for me.
That's one of them. That's ridiculous. So
yeah, I completely agree.
Well, I could see the argument to maybe not name her, but to name her the second alternate instead of the first is fucking crazy. So
criminal.
Just whatever.
Straight
That's
to jail.
Insane. I think Sherry Jang is has so much potential, and I
give the girl a shot.
Yeah. So that. Secondly, I want to talk about Lindsay Thorngren in the short program in particular.
Yeah, let's do that. What they did was so wrong. But go on, Sarah. It felt rude.
It did. It felt like they were trying to send a message that they didn't need to send. I'm all for calling the jumps as you see them, but the calls need to be consistent. And
Right. If you're gonna do that,
Call
do it
all
to
of them.
everybody.
yeah,
Call it all.
they were really harsh giving her under rotations where I thought cues could have sufficed based on the way they called
they
other
were
skaters.
using cues for everyone else.
Right. And I just felt like it was, I don't know, that just didn't sit right with me. Because it's not like she was in any danger of like going into first place. I just didn't
There was
see
just
any
no
reason
need, like, why?
it had to be like, let's put her 16 points behind Alyssa Liu. Like that just felt kind of nuts to me. And I think Lindsay is a nice skater and has a lot of musicality to offer. And just does struggle with the rotations of the jumps. But I don't know. I felt like they really hosed her and it bothered me.
It's not like she's this unproven skater. She was second at a Grand Prix last year.
At NHK.
Right. Behind Ava Marie Ziegler, still missing from the U.S. Championships.
Never going to nationals again.
No, don't say that. I really need
I
her
hope
there
it's
again.
not true. I hope it's not true. But
I agree with you on Lindsay, though. Yes.
That just bothered me. And so I wanted to say that. But yes, Ashley, let's talk about the men.
Let's talk about the men.
Do you want to recap them, Ashley?
I mean, I can. Let's see what happened.
You did watch them. You actually.
I did watch them. To the person on Twitter that also said I had no commentary for the dance event because it was my first time seeing the dance event. That was very funny.
Yeah, they
That
said
was
it was
so
her first time
funny.
watching dance all
That's
season.
funny.
That was so funny.
That was so funny and also not true, but funny. And if it's not going to be true, it should at least be funny.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Ilya starts off this short program with a 20-point lead over Torgashev, and then we have Jimmy Ma, and then who was sitting in fourth after the short program?
Was it Camden?
Oh, I think
Camden.
it was Camden, because Camden had a fantastic skate. And then moving into the free skate, obviously we see the 7 quad free skate. Absolutely unreal. That triple loop, that quad loop,
Mm-hmm.
the way that he fell on his back scared me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over this.
But like, just as an athlete, that was like, I feel like you never see those kinds of falls.
But that's why I'm saying, like, I'm over this insistence on doing a quad for every jump and then doing a backflip. Like,
Yeah.
it's not fun to watch. And then you take a fall like that and it's scary to watch. And I
Mhm.
felt like he was going to break his neck on that backflip. Like, it just like,
The backflip really scared me.
that is not an enjoyable program at all. It's amazing. If you're like doing a jumping contest, and like, you'll never get me to say anything bad about him as an athlete. He's incredible.
No.
I don't understand really why this is necessary. Because it's certainly not necessary for him to win.
Especially at like US championships. Like, he doesn't need this here.
Ilya in the short program, I'm like, I think he's performing, and that's really impressive to me. And I'm like, oh, he's really coming into his own. And in the free skate, I really appreciate the athletic triumph of trying all
Sure.
of these things. But he's crossing into Trusova territory where it's like, oh, he's truly not doing
anything else. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not doing anything. There's nothing happening. And what makes me frustrated is that I know he's better than that because he showed me he was better than that yesterday.
In the short program. Yes. Which
And
is
it's
so
a
good.
full performance. You have to put on a full performance, and you're sacrificing what you do really well at kind of for no reason.
For no reason.
There's no
It is
reason
for no
because
reason.
and it's at the sacrifice. It's you know what it's all at the sacrifice of the performance that you're putting together, because it really is an athletic feat, but it's at the sacrifice of, I know you can perform, and I know you can perform quite well, and you're unafraid, and you believe in your own like you believe in what you're putting out there, and it's at the sake of the performance. And I'm just like, this could be a lot better.
Yeah. Maybe you guys can help me put this into words, because it's not cheating, but you know how it feels like no matter what another person does, that wins because the tech content is so difficult and high. But that compared against a Yuma Kageyama who's skating lights out and really making me feel something, it's just kind of sad as a viewer to know that won't win.
I mean,
Yes.
arguably, Torgashev had the performance of the night.
Not
Torgashev
arguably.
absolutely did.
He had the audience eating out of the palm of his hand. He was commanding the ice. There aren't the, crazy transitions, and, he was kind of taking his time through the footwork. There's things to improve upon, but that was the cleanest, most thought out, most complete performance of the night with incredible technique intertwined. And if all the jumps were triples and everyone's program, it would have easily been ahead of Ilya, who was truly just going from end to end.
Yeah, jumping.
Yep.
And that's it. I agree. He was the highlight of the men's event for me out of both programs. I love seeing him healthy and trained.
Wait.
What?
We owe him pizza.
We owe him pizza.
Yeah,
We owe
and you
him
guys are
pizza.
not responding to him. He tweeted at you saying so.
Oh my God. Wait, I sent him
I
an
favorited
Instagram
it.
message today.
All you did was like it?
Yeah.
Stop.
You
Ashley's
owe him
so
pizza.
cheap.
But I also tweeted that I was aware. I guess I need to respond to him directly. This is bad.
Wait, Ashley, I sent him a DM and I said, pick the restaurant. I'll go down to Irvine and I will give him the gift certificate.
No, I think this is what I think we should do is we should do a live show in Boston, and then when it's done, you guys
Is
take
there-
him out for pizza.
Wait, is there a California pizza kitchen in Boston?
For
Let me look.
sure. They're everywhere.
No, he's been skating too well. We need to take him to like a nice restaurant, not a California
Well,
pizza
he
kitchen.
asked for pizza.
There is one in the Prudential Center, which is going to be really close to, I assume, where they're going to be staying. We'll walk him right into CPK. He wanted CPK. He's going to get CPK.
I think that he does deserve CPK because that's what he wanted.
Yeah, you deserve what you want.
But he can change his mind if he really wants something else at him.
I think he needs a gift certificate for. It was quite good. We can take him out for pizza, but we can get him a dinner where he can do his own thing.
Get a steak.
A Diet
That
Coke
was
and a steak. Can I say
That was
one
a steak
moment?
performance.
My
Yeah.
Nationals moment.
Yeah, okay. We're back there. Let's go.
Andrew Torgashev at the very end of his program.
Yes.
This is the only time it's allowed where he went right up to the judges.
Yes.
And so close that he hit the boards with his hip.
Yes.
And he goes in front of the judges and he nods to them and he goes back. And I was like, the performance of the competition. That was
the
it.
nod.
The
nod right there. I loved it. That was just so, I don't even know the word. I was so happy for him. That was cool.
I will
Just
say
like,
by the way,
hello.
the other time that it's allowed is when Christina Carrera is jumping up against Anthony Ponomarenko against the boards. That's also when it's allowed.
Yes, because it's structural support at that point.
They're using the boards because they have to, not because they want to.
They're not doing a tip tap. They're doing a smack body slam.
I think Andrew Torgashev, I think we need a fan name for him.
Yeah.
I was trying to workshop some yesterday, and honestly,
were?
Torgashev, not a lot is coming
When
to
you were on
mind.
the boat, when were you trying to do that?
Yeah, and it was a rocky boat too. It was a bad day to go over. Not much came to mind, so we're gonna have to keep on working.
Yeah, I
workshopping
feel like
that.
we're going to end up with something.
I mean, we could call it the Pizza Kingdom, but I feel like
It's
I
not
like
bad.
the Pizza Kingdom. The Pizza Kingdom, though, is like what Adam was saying about the Illuminati. It's like that's the whole group, and then we just need a name for the individuals within the Pizza
the
Kingdom.
slices.
Slices.
The slices.
I'm a pizza slice. I am a pizza
Done.
slice. All right,
We're the
that's done.
slices.
It's over.
Yeah.
Because he's the pizza king.
I actually have like a pizza slice necklace from when I was in college somewhere that I'm going to
Of
bring to
course.
the World Championships.
Wait, did
Great.
we call him the Pizza King?
Yeah.
Because he signed his, like, he did a Nationals
Did
post,
he?
and he signed it the Pizza King.
Do we name people?
I feel like, I think we came on and called him that at some point.
It
Yes.
had to have been us. What other reputable journalist would call an athlete the Pizza
A
King?
Pizza King.
That's true. Yeah, that sounds like us. Okay, great. Pizza slices unite.
Pizza Kingdom together at last.
Oh, another special shout out in the men's event. That choreographic step sequence, the first one I've liked all year of Camden Pulkinen.
Camden's.
It was in
Camden?
the arena. Amazing.
I feel very frustrated for Camden.
For him.
That he did not have a strong season in the fall and then was basically left open to what happened with the petition from Jason Brown.
Mhm.
Because I feel like had Camden had a more consistent season before Nationals, he would have gotten that World Championship spot. And I mean, we all love Jason, obviously. But I think it just made me feel bad that Camden didn't get a spot after having a good Nationals. I even think if he had hit his quad in the free skate, he might have made the team.
Yes.
I think so too. I mean, he might not have had a good Grand Prix season, but he does have a 401k now, I would assume. So, I mean, that
Which is
kind
almost
of worth
like
it.
having a good Grand Prix season.
I think
It
it's worth
is.
more money than a good Grand Prix
I
season.
think it's worth
In
more
the
money.
long run, yes.
in the long
Yeah.
run, for sure.
So, I mean, you win some, you lose some, but he at least has
You
You win
lose
some, you lose
you
some.
lose some.
Yeah.
I think also I just want to. I always love Max.
I love
Naumov.
Max.
I love
Yeah.
Max. And he loves fourth place. And I went up to him and I was like, Max. And he's like, I'm at least consistent. And I said, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
But I'm ready for him to
Break through.
move on up in the rankings because he's so good. And that was actually like beyond that opening quad, that was a great free skate.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I
good.
I love Max's skating. I was really bummed for Jimmy Ma because he was so good in the short program, and I'm sure he was, I mean, he lives in Boston. Like, I'm
I
sure he
know.
really, really wanted to
I
be able to
know.
go to
It
World
would have been
Championships.
great.
And
I will tell you that in that short program, the beat is going bum, 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 bum. Jimmy didn't hit any of them. He missed every single beat. Never
it's
hit the beat.
abstract art.
It
Yeah,
was,
but did the
and
audience care?
The
No.
audience didn't care. But
I didn't care.
There came a point where I went, can he hear it? Can he hear what's happening?
Ugh. That's like, it reminds me of one of my first dates with Alex. He took me salsa dancing and he was so bad at it that I genuinely was like, can you hear the music? Because I wasn't sure if maybe he had like a hearing problem because we were like just started dating. So yeah, that's very that. I want to talk about the scariest event of nationals, and that would be the pairs free skate.
Okay, my final note on the men, though, is a Beck Stromer I love, and we
Me
should
too.
normalize Fleetwood Mac with mesh sleeves. That's all I'm going to say.
I knew it was going to be a great program. I didn't even know what he was skating to, but I saw the mesh sleeves and I said, I'm buying it.
Let's normalize that.
Normalize
Yeah.
that.
I'm buying it.
Okay, sorry. So let's go on
No.
to the scariest event of the weekend, the pairs free skate.
I have never done a pairs free skate program.
You
And
don't say.
I never will. But you know what? I think I can say with conviction that if I made it to the national stage in the pairs event, I would show up having done a full run through before.
I think they've done full run throughs. I just don't know what they looked like.
There were so many lifts that were really, really scary. And I just don't like watching skating when it's scary. And I'm watching these girls prepare to watch a really bad accident happen where she gets dropped.
Yeah,
And
I mean, the footwork by the men in the lifts, including the top teams, is not acceptable. I mean, Misha Mitrofanov, they won the event. And that last lift, I was so scared that Elisa was about to go down.
I agree.
We have we need somebody to open like the pairs school for men's stable footwork in the United States.
Who can't read good.
No child left behind, please. The men are being
I don't
left
know. Leave
behind.
those turns behind. Leave them behind.
Yeah.
They were just really scary. And then I start to just get mad because I'm like, this is not safe for your partner and that's unfair.
Yeah. Open the schools.
No, open the rinks because they might be closed during some of these sessions.
Yeah. I do think Elisa and Misha's free skate was one of the best programs of the week.
Absolutely.
They were
Agreed.
awesome. And I think that is a good example of like finding material that does some like emotional work for you a little bit. Like Je suis malade is such a huge emotional piece of music that I feel like it just you could, even when they're not maybe the most emotional skaters all the time or the most expressive, it like forces them to skate big and it makes the performance feel big regardless. And obviously it resonated with the audience that way.
I agree. I felt really bad for Ellie and Danny. That was not a fun way to lose your title.
No, but I want to go back to Elisa for one moment because it looked like she had never landed a double axel in her life. And she did it. And I went, phew. And she went, oh no, I'm going to do another
I'm going to do it
one.
again. I'm doing 2 of them.
And I think of the mental fortitude that took. And I really respected it because I was thinking in my mind, she really had no business trying either of those. And
she did it twice.
Willed her way through the both of them.
Can I bring this conversation back to a conversation we've already had during Grand Prix season, but now that I've sat down and watched an entire national championships, it needs to be said again.
Sure.
I hate the axel combinations.
Yes.
Yeah. What a waste of fucking time.
They take forever.
And
they're never done well.
It should be.
No.
It should just be worth less points, like it used to be. It should just be worth less points to put an axle on the end of a jump.
Pairs shouldn't do combination jumps
because the jumps are already bad enough.
Yeah, they certainly don't need to be doing 3 jump combinations. I think I'm fine with do 1 2-jump combination and do 1 solo jump, but I don't need the 3 jump combinations. And I agree with you, Ashley. We don't need the axle.
An axle is not a combo.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
If the kids can fully come to a complete stop and catch their balance between the jumps, that's not a combination. That's 2 separate jumps.
Yes.
Get a fucking grip.
Agree. Literally get a grip in these lifts and
yes.
Get a grip on the scoring system.
Open
and
the
stop doing
schools.
these
Get rid of the levels. The footwork suck. Come on.
Yeah, I
Get
think
rid of them.
It's just the programs are too hard for them right now. And I also think that's part of why they never look fully trained is because these programs are too hard.
And also, there's always been teams who are not at the top competing at nationals. But at the end of the day, back in the day, everybody could at least look like a national level skater. And they'd have a program that they could look back on and be like, that was really nice. And maybe the elements weren't the most difficult elements being done, or we made a mistake here or there, but we were together most of the time. There weren't any moments where it looked dangerous. We looked prepared. And really, I mean, nobody really gets that moment. There's scary moments in every program. There's people aren't synchronized throughout. It's overly complicated, and the beauty of these elements, like the death spiral, like a beautiful death spiral takes up the entire rink, but there's not enough time for the man to like do a huge extension before the pivot, and for you to see
They hold it so long now too.
And
Original
ugly.
death spirals were not supposed to be held for 4 rotations.
It's just
I mean, if you
ugly.
watch Todd and Jenny in the 90s, it's that big swoop. They come around and it's like 1.5 rotations and she's out. And that was so stunning. And now it's like the girl's head is dragging on the ice because they're on the 4th rotation and they lost all momentum.
And it's ugly. And it's not on the
ugly.
music.
And it's not
never,
their fault.
Nothing is ever on the music.
No.
Yeah.
Bring back musicality.
Yeah, I do think like the pair of shorts actually at Nationals were really good. I felt like that was
So
really
good.
like a nice competition to watch. But then you go to the free skates and they do just feel kind of labored. Everyone feels tired and like they're struggling through this long checklist of requirements instead of doing something that is like musically and aesthetically nice to watch.
Make it easier so they can skate these programs better, and it'll be a much more entertaining discipline.
And also
to
make
watch.
it easier because it will force the skaters to be innovative, which is
Well, they'll have
what it
time to be
always was.
creative.
I mean, you go back and you watch John Zimmerman and Kyoko Ina. They did so many different, crazy, beautiful transitions. They made up spin positions. Like all of Moskvina's pairs always did interesting, different things, and it's what made. If everybody's doing a death spiral, her pairs went, well, we'll do a death spiral like this. And it made them stand out. It made them better. People had signature moves. Nobody can have any signature moves anymore. Every singles program has a damn motherfucking Ina Bauer in it that's done where their ankles are just dragging on the ice. They can't do it well. Everybody's just doing it.
Yes.
Open the schools.
They're not even doing it well.
No. Get in the frog position on the floor and open up your hips. Work on it. Get it done. Do a nice spin instead of a bad one.
Yes.
Wait, but speaking of Ina Bauer's worth mentioning, Joseph Klein.
That's a gorgeous Ina Bauer. That's an Ina Bauer that belongs in a program.
Gorgeous Ina Bauer.
But that's
There's a
rare.
lot of
That is
It's
rare.
rare.
Like the
No, it's
June
rare,
Won
but-
shot, Ina Bauer is like probably the gold standard of current competitors.
And
I would
everybody, it,
think. Not that many people can do it.
no. And it,
And
like,
that's fine, but don't do it just to do it, to your point, Adam. It's just like, if you can't do a good one, just don't do it. Do something else that you can do well.
yes.
Be unique. They're
Highlight
all
your
doing the same
strengths.
thing.
And also, wait, this is the second time I'm talking about myself, but I'll do it.
Only
When
the
I
second.
did the
Yeah,
Ripon,
that's what I was going to say.
when I did the Ripon Let's for the first time, it was to be different on one jump. If you're just throwing it in there on every jump, you're not different.
Right.
You suck. And you can't do it a different way.
Yeah, you've changed your center of gravity on your jumps and you can't do it the other way. That's what I
Exactly.
take when someone's doing
There
it.
are a couple of people who are doing it so many times that Ben looks over at me and he's like, is this worth more points? And I was like, no,
No.
it's not.
No.
But when I did it in 2009, nobody had done it. So it was like, wow, cool, flashy. And now it's just like nobody cares. I wouldn't even do it anymore because it's stupid.
Well, and I think though that the idea would be like I want things to feel intentional. Like if you're going to do a rip-on jump, do it on a jump where it's on a highlight part of the music where that feels like a
Yes.
flare or something that
Totally.
makes sense and you intentionally put in this one spot on purpose.
Yes.
Everyone should have to perform their programs in front of us before they compete a season. And we like
We're going to open the schools.
Caesar style, either give it thumbs up or thumbs down. And if it's thumbs down, we kill them.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
kidding. Isn't that how it goes in Gladiator? I watched Gladiator
Yes,
on the plane.
It's thumbs up or
Okay.
thumbs down if you live or you die. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I and there are bright spots in the pairs. I do think you guys are right that the current scoring system just doesn't set people up to be unique or to stand out.
right. Because people have had weak elements since the beginning of time, but they'd have
course.
cute programs.
Yeah.
And now they have weak elements and bad programs.
Yeah. Pair skaters not being able to nail their singles elements is not a new phenomenon.
No, it's not even a phenomenon.
It's not. That's like genuinely the truth that is something that is very typical in the pairs event. But at least before, the programs were good, so it's something else to look forward to.
Now, single skaters being able to nail their pairs elements, Audrey Shin.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
That
yeah.
is a revelation.
She's a pair girl. She's a pair girl through and through. It was so nice to see her in her element.
I'm really excited about their future.
Too. I mean, like that, they just started skating together and she looks that good. Are you kidding me?
It's amazing.
And they're in such good hands with Bruno, too. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
they're doing this the right way. I was asking Bruno at Nationals, like, how do you get somebody who is a good skater, who can do everything, ready for pairs? And he was like, the most important thing is that you go slow. And you tell the skater, they're not going to make big waves. That's not the goal. We do what we can. We do everything that's like within our wheelhouse, because he's like, the worst thing you can do is push somebody too fast and then they get a complex or scared over an element. And so you go at a snail's pace and you get them ready and they gain confidence slowly. And I was like, that's of course, because obviously my mentality would have been like, Balaj, you
Quad
throw Audrey
twist.
as hard as possible. She'll figure it out. She's strong. And that's why I'm not a pairs coach.
And that's
Or
the
skater.
only reason you're not coaching
It
pairs.
is the only reason.
Just that. So funny.
Okay, so ice dance.
Yes.
Or do you mean stomach bugs at competition?
Ooh.
Tuberculosis.
A second consecutive year of Chalk and Bates being afflicted with some kind of illness at the U.S. Championships, and really not skating their best as a result. But easily winning their 6th U.S. title.
Yes, they've tied for the most dance titles now, Charlie White and Meryl Davis.
But similar to, actually, it's similar to the men and the women. The second place team, I felt, had the standout moment. I think Christina and Anthony's Carmen was the best program of ice dance and bordered on feeling like they should have won the free dance.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. They were I love that program on them. Anthony looks more and more comfortable, I think, like keeping up with Christina because she's, I feel like, been ahead of him as a performer in this program.
Yes.
And yeah, God, they were so good.
I was asking Ben, and for you guys, you might know this, and a lot of our listeners might, but maybe a couple don't. I was talking to Ben because I was like, can you explain to me why they're just now starting to kind of come into their own as a team? And he was saying that for a long time, like talent-wise, they're both fantastic athletes, but as far as utilizing their talent, Christina had to put in so much work on her own when Anthony was injured. And during that time, she improved so much. So then when he came back, it was a little bit of like catch up to meet her where she's at, just based on the sheer amount of time she's had on the ice, which I just thought that was really interesting because I never connected those dots.
Well, and earlier before that, I mean, a long time before that, he has more of the natural talent, I guess you would say, just from having two very talented parents. Mm-hmm. So he was ahead of her, I feel like, for a little while when they were younger. Then he gets injured. She catches up and passes him a little bit. And yeah, I feel like they're finally kind of like balancing out and looking great doing it. The lipstick transferred less at nationals.
I couldn't see because I was given that event off because of my voice. and so I couldn't actually see up close.
I asked Maddie Hubble about it.
About the lipstick?
Yes. And she said, the kiss is choreographed, but Christina never practices with makeup on, with with Chanel No. 5. Like, she's not going into the rink every day with lipstick on. And so it was at their first competition where she pulls out the lipstick, puts it on, and Anthony comes off the ice looking like he had just left a bachelor party. And Maddie was like, oh, wow. And that's a lot of lipstick. And, I think it was really dramatic in their first Grand Prix. And she said in the second one, he came off the ice and he had lipstick on his teeth. And I think that maybe now they're trying to intentionally find, maybe something that's a little less transfer proof. But it's all in Christina's hands. And it wasn't orchestrated pre-hand. And I do believe that. It's all in
Christina's lips.
It's all in the lips, baby. All in the lips, all in the hips.
And what I hesitate to call it a comeback, but like what a comeback from Caroline Green and Michael Parsons.
It is
from
a comeback.
Last year to this year. I just, you guys know I'm as big of a Zingis Kolesnik fan as the next person. But I think in the free dance, like Caroline and Michael were better than they were, and I'm really happy for them. I think they looked really mature, and this material agrees with them so well, and they just feel like good and confident and healthy. I don't know if that is what came through in the arena, but that's
what came through in the arena was when you're a performer, there is no substitute for life experience. There is no substitute for being able to relay your own experiences. And I think Green and Parsons were able to do that so well and at such a high level. And it, like you said, Sarah, I don't know if it was a comeback, but it was definitely a welcome back.
Totally.
To the way that we knew that they could be. And I feel like this is our strongest and most mature top three that we're sending to the World Championships. That being said, I love Zingis and Kolesnik. I love
Brady and Somerville.
Yes.
Love. And the Browns skated so well here.
The Browns really kind of put out.
In the rhythm dance in particular,
yeah.
I think the Browns showed up in a way that maybe that put other teams on their heels more than people thought they would.
In person, it was like I really had the chance to sit and watch, and I was like, damn, they are not going to give up without a fight.
And they're going through it right now too. Ben said this on air. They just lost their family home. So it's really impressive that with all of this external stuff going on, they showed up and were able to skate like that.
Yeah. I mean, US Ice Dance has always been sort of an embarrassment of riches, and it felt that way again. There are some other teams that are on the way up that I'm excited about too. But the top six were all
one team that I thought I loved. I don't remember. They had the Black Swan.
Amy Sway and Jonathan Rogers. Yes.
I love them.
Yeah. Big fan.
Big fan. Big skating.
Obviously, some big mistakes in the free dance that cost them a lot, but they'll be back. I really like them together. Yeah. And they're good skaters.
They're matched so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Love them.
So yeah. Are we forgetting anyone? I mean, we're obviously can't talk about every single person at nationals, but I think that
But if there was a field that we could do that in, it would be the dance.
It would be dance, yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal.
So
it's a shame we can't send 5 or 6 teams because we easily could.
And I, by the way, I feel for Emily Brady and Ian Somerville, who were 3rd last year and are 6th this year. But I'm not worried about their future. They are so good. I think they were probably a little underscored in the free dance, but we, to Adam's point, I think we have the right, most mature, strongest top 3 that we could have going to the World Championships.
And it's a battle. It will be a bloodbath for that Olympic team, because then you'll go to the Olympic team and, Brady and Somerville, they were 6th here, but they'll still go into the Olympic season as a team that has made the world team. They're former national medalists, and they have that the Grand Prix series is going to just be
it's going to mean so
world.
much
oh, yeah.
for the decisions that's going to be
It does
made.
feel like Christina and Anthony are kind of really pulling away as that second team, and it's that third
Yes, for
spot.
sure.
Totally.
Where
for sure.
100%. Although the rhythm dance was really, really close.
they said skate the free dance and then we'll talk.
And
Yeah.
then we'll let you know. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Boston is only 8 weeks away. 7 weeks, I guess.
Boston's gonna be insane. I'm excited.
8 weeks. 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's away.
I need time to train.
Yeah, me too.
And Ashley needs time to get on the boat before she takes the train.
Oh, that's so true. Oh God. Oh my God.
Well, I'm so glad you guys had a nice time in Wichita, or had a time
Had a
in
time.
Wichita. Welcome back.
Thank you.
To the podcast.
It's good to be back on the
good to be
podcast,
back.
and it's good that and it's good. Makeup.
Can we discuss the results of the draft?
Oh my God. Yeah, I almost forgot.
I didn't.
Okay.
I think I'm for sure in last.
Adam, do you want to announce it?
Sure.
I think you can do it.
Coming in third place with 2 gold medals at this national championships, which is the most gold medals out of any team, but still last, is Team Ashley. Third place,
Yeah. Feels good to be
116
here.
points. I think your real runaway event was choosing the
pairs.
gold medalist and the team that did get 12th out of 12. So you
Yeah,
bookended,
they-
Pairs.
you
Yeah.
bookended the
They
event.
really she was really upset in the kiss and cry, and it was because she knew that she had totally screwed over my fantasy team.
Yeah, it is true. Yes, she did say that in the mix zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in second place, coming away with 5 medals, 2 bronze, 2 silvers, and a gold, and your highlight event, Team Sarah, with 119 points, was the ice dance, picking the gold and silver medalists.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
valuable in points.
It was
Yeah.
valuable in points.
Yeah, the men's event was a bit of a struggle for me. No medalists
No,
in the men's event.
none.
So you should all be ashamed of yourselves, men.
And they all said that in the mix zone too. Now, in first place is, you guessed it, Team Adam. And my runaway event truly was the men's event, where I correctly chose the men who did get second, third, and fourth.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Podium picks.
And so Team Adam, Team Sarah, Team Ashley. It's
Wait,
like
so
we're back
I
at
had
home.
the winner in dance. You, Adam, had the winner in the women. You had Amber, right?
Yes.
And Ashley had the men's and pairs. I mean, I feel like having the pairs winner is the most impressive one.
'Cause it could have been
it was the least
anyone.
predictable.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and picking someone that would end up last is also impressive too.
Also, because I came in last place, for me as an Alyssa Liu fan, I am going to secure the name loser.
You're the loser of the week.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited to watch Europeans starting tomorrow?
I am. I actually am.
I am. I'll be watching.
Yeah, I did read on Twitter that Olivia Smart almost got hit by one of the Tashlers and she screamed out loud, which if I had to ever skate on any ice with the Tashlers, I also would be terrified.
Yeah, and I would scream. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get hit by a brother and sister duo like Bonnie and Clyde. Like, come on, stop it.
I think Bonnie and
they were
Clyde were
romantic.
romantically involved.
Don't make me continue the rest of the joke because I'll go there, and I don't want to.
I don't want you to.
What?
I really don't want
Bonnie
you to.
and Clyde, the famous brother-sister robbers.
Yeah,
Romance.
so the Tashlers almost running into Olivia Smart on practice is the extent of our Europeans preview.
No, wait. I'm going to say, running into Olivia Smart. What are you, Olivia Dumb? Good night.
Oh no. Good night.
And good night, everyone.
Well, it has been Wichita-some talking to all of you about U.S. championships, and they're done now, and so are we.
They are. Oh, wait. Should we text about a draft? Do you guys want to do a draft for Europeans?
Yeah, we could do a draft for Europeans.
We could do a Euro draft for sure. We should text about it.
We have to do it
Today. Yeah, we'll text.
We'll text. Okay.
Well, Adam will post the draft. The draft will be posted online.
Great.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Can't wait to see it.
Don't miss it.
Good luck to everyone at Europeans.
Mm-hmm. And congrats to everyone at the US Championships. Bye.
Bye.